Hello students, we are talking about numerical interpolation in this lecture series. In first 5 lectures, we have already seen the basic concepts which are needed for this numerical interpolation like functions, equally spaced values, then forward difference operator, and then Newton's Gregory forward difference interpolation formula. The examples based on that interpolation formula, how to construct the forward difference table, how to apply that forward difference table values in the formula for Newton's interpolation. Also, we have introduced shift operator in the previous lecture. The definition of the shift operator is that just we are shifting one value next to the value, right? It is denoted by capital E. Some relations of shift operator, actually relation between forward difference operator and the shift operator. In this lecture, let us see some examples based on these relations as well as based on this shift operator. Now, in order to solve the examples based on this formula, we have to find, we should know about the powers of this delta, how we can obtain the powers of this delta, because we need it, delta raised to 4, delta raised to 5, delta raised to 6 and so on. So first of all, we will do that and then we will go to the examples. So as we know that the relation between forward difference formula and shift operator is delta is equivalent to E minus 1. Therefore, if we apply it on fx, then delta fx equal to E minus 1 into fx. So obviously, if we consider powers, then it is delta raised to n. Actually, we are considering powers of this. So as we consider powers of this, obviously these are operators and that powers will apply on the function f. We don't have to take the powers of this function fx. Here we are considering powers of this operator. So delta raised to n applied on fx is equals to equivalently E minus 1 raised to n applied on fx. Now if this n is equals to 2, then immediately we can find E minus 1 square. If this n equals to 3, immediately we can obtain the third power of this, because we are aware of what is expansion of a plus b bracket square, which is a square plus 2ab plus b square, as well as a plus b bracket cube, which is a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube. So if up to n equals to 2 and 3, we can immediately write down it. But if it is more than 3, then how to obtain the powers? So for this, we use binomial expansion. This is known as binomial expansion. So what is this binomial expansion? So before that, you should know the permutation and combination. So here we need only combinations. Here you can see in the formula that this is NC0, then this is NC1, then this is NC2, so in this NC3. So what are these values? So these are combinations, C for combination, but here in this formula, these numbers are binomial coefficients. Here the word is binomial. Here it is not O, actually it is B-I-N-O-M-I-A-L. So it is binomial expansion. So for this, we need, so here it is, the spelling is B-I-N-O-M-I-A-L. So regarding with this binomial expansion, this NC0, NC1, NC2, NC3, this is the general term NCR and NCN. All these are called binomial expansion. So we will not go in detail over what is permutation and combination here. We will just see that how we can obtain values of these binomial coefficients, because we need only these values while doing the expansion. Now again, one thing if you observe here, when I am writing this formula, then if you consider powers of E, right, then here it is E raised to n, as we are considering delta raised to n here, right. So obviously E minus 1 raised to n. So maximum power is n. So here E is my first term, and first term of this expansion contain the maximum power of E, that is n. In the next term, it is decreased by 1, that is n minus 1. Then in the next term, again it is decreased by 1, that is E n minus 2, and so on. So in this formula, powers of E goes on decreasing, whereas powers of, now I will consider minus 1 along with this sign minus, because it matters a lot, because due to negative sign, you will get here alternate positive negative sign. So in the first term, here no term of minus 1, because power of minus 1 is 0 here. That is, here in the first term, e raised to n into minus 1 raised to 0. But everything raised to 0, we know that it is 1. So no need to write down here. So I have not given. But from the second term, now here power of minus 1 is 0. In the next term, it is 1. Here power is 1. Here power is 2. Power is 3. And so on. So if we have the general term, if you observe this general term, then if I have the binomial coefficient as NCR, right? Here the binomial coefficient is n choose r. We read it as n choose r, as it is a selection, that is combination. Then power of E is subtraction of this n and r. Here always n is greater than r. Always the relation between n and r is n is greater than r. So here power of E is n minus r, and power of minus 1 is this number r, minus 1 raised to r. So if you to remember this, you just remember this rth term, so that we can write each and every term. So if you see the first term, look at here, nc0, then n minus 0 is n, which is power of E. Then minus 1 raised to 0, here it is 1. I have given that minus 1 raised to 0 is here 1. So here actually the term is minus 1 raised to 0. So means here we say for a while that this is suffix. Okay, 0 is suffix. It's not actually the suffix, but here okay, for your sake of convenience, I say here that suppose this is a suffix. Then here power is minus 1 raised to 0. Now see this next term, nc1. Then power of E is n minus 1. And power of minus 1 is 1. Okay, so if you remember this formula is well and good. Otherwise, I will give you a short method or a trick that how to write down the expansion. Let us go to this. Some examples. Delta square. So it is equal to what? E minus 1 square. It is like a minus b bracket square. We know that it is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Whenever we consider the second term, you always remember the formula is for plus, a plus b. And according to that, when you take term values of a and b from any expansion, then take it along with its sign. So here, for example, e minus 1 whole bracket square. So here, if you compare it to a plus b bracket square, then what is value of a? Well, a is e and b is minus 1 in this way. So always better to take this type of values, so that no mistake in the sign will be there. Okay, and as I have told you in my lecture 1 and lecture 2 also, that whenever there is negative term, you always keep it in the bracket, put it in the bracket, and then evaluate it. So here the expansion is e square minus 2e plus 1. Immediately I can write down this using expansion, or you can multiply this bracket e minus 1 into e minus 1. Now here it is delta cube. So according to this binomial expansion, n equal to 3 here. What is value of n? N equal to 3. So according to this expansion, what is it? 3c0. The first term is 3c0. Okay. Into e raised to n. So here n equal to 3. So therefore power of e is 3 here. The next term will be 3c1. 3c1. And then power of e will be 3 minus 1. Look at here. This power is 3 minus 1 and minus 1 raised to 1, because here this is 1. So power of minus 1 is here 1. So minus 1 raised to 1. What will be the next term? 3c2. Then power of e will be 3 minus 2. Here 3 minus 2. And what will be power of minus 1? As this term minus 1 square. Now next term will be 3c3 e raised to 3 minus 3, which is 0 actually, and e raised to 0 is 1, and minus 1 raised to 3. This 3 we are considering here, this 3. Now next term we cannot write that 3c4 we cannot write because it does not exist, because that time this 4 will be greater than 3. So this will not exist. So up to this term only we will get the expansion. Also one rule of the expansion is there, that if n equals to 2, in the expansion we have 3 terms. For example, this is first term, this is second term, and this is third term. When there are n equals to 3, in the expansion we will get 4 terms. Look at here, this is my first term, this is my second term, this is my first term, look at here, first term, this is my second term, then third term, and fourth term. So there will be 4 terms. If I'll have n equals to 4, then I will get 5 terms. N equal to 5, then 6 terms. So obviously 1 term is extra, always. That is a property of the expansion. You will get 1 term extra. If delta raised to n, then every time you will get n plus 1 terms in the expansion. So now if I will find the values of this binomial coefficients, I will tell you how to find these values. Then this value is here 3c0 is 0. Here I will tell you the formula for this. Here NCR. The formula for NCR is n factorial upon n minus r factorial into r factorial. The factorial notation we have seen in the Newton's forward interpolation formula, if you remember it. What is n factorial? N factorial is nothing but the product of first n terms, right? Then here, for example, 4c3 if we will obtain. Then if you substitute here the values, here n equals to 4 and r equals to 3. So then here it is 4 factorial, and in the denominator it is n minus r factorial, means here 4 minus 3 factorial. Then r equal to 3 here. So here there is r factorial. So here it is r factorial. Okay. So now what is 4 factorial? It is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. The numerator here in this expansion gives me 4 factorial. And in the denominator it is 4 minus 3, that is 1 factorial. Here is the term 1 factorial. And 3 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3. Here is the value of 3 factorial. Now this 2 important things you have to remember always here in this factorial notation, that 0 factorial is always 1 and 1 factorial is also 1, because 1 factorial is what? The product of first 1 numbers, which is only 1. But here this is 0 factorial is very important, that we consider always value of 0 factorial is 1. Okay. So now cancelling this 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 will get cancelled, and what is the answer? 4. So what is one answer of 4c3? 4. So if you use this formula to find 3c0, 3c1, 3c2 and 3c3, we will get these values, that 3c0 is 1. So actually always these two values means when I consider if NC0, this value is always 1, as well as NCN, the space is not there, so I am writing it here. So NCN, that is this type of term, 3C3 or 4C3, this is also always 1. So this two again you have to remember, that NC0 is always 1 and NCN is always 1. Then in middle values we can use this formula to get it. So 3C1 equal to 3, then 3C2 equal to also 3, and 3C3 is 1, 3C0 is 0. Now regarding with the signs here, we'll check it, that first term here 3C0 is 1 and E cube. So first term is E cube. Now here it is minus 1 raised to 1. Here you can see this term minus 1 raised to 1. So here we will have minus sign. So minus 3 E square here, because 3C1 is 3 and 3C2 is 3 and here minus 1 square. So minus 1 into minus 1, which is plus, because negative product of negative and negative is plus always. So I always remember that when there are even number of powers of minus 1, even means what? 0, 2, 4, 6 and so on, then always the product is plus 1. And if there is odd power, that is 1, 3, 5 and so on, then product is always minus. According to that you will get alternate positive negative sign. Here look at here, this is first term is positive, then second term is negative, then positive, then again next term is negative. So blindly you can give here in this expansion E minus 1, specifically we are talking about only E minus 1, you give always plus minus sign, and we can in 1 second, within 2-3 seconds we can write down the formula if you know this binomial coefficients. Also I tell you how we obtain this binomial coefficient quickly. So here one example of delta cube I have given. Similarly, one example of delta raised to 4 also I have given. Now here n equals to 4, so maximum number of terms will be 5. Look at here. This is first term, then second term, then third term, 4 and 5. So 5 terms will be there. So it is based on, just we are substituting the values of n equal to 4 here in this binomial expansion formula and obtaining it like delta cube. So this is value of NC0 here. Now how we have obtained this minus 4, 6 and minus again this value 4, 6, 4 and 1. So using this formula NCR, because 4C0 is 1 and as well as 4C4 is 1. Then what is 4C3 here I have calculated, which is 4. Look at here. Here is the term 4C3. 4C3 is always calculated. Is calculated as 4. Here also one more property of this binomial coefficient is that is if NCR, if I consider NCR, I am writing here NCR, then this coefficient is always equal to NC n minus R. As we know that, yes. So both are always same. Look at here. If you observe this 4C1, this coefficient 4C1, then what is 4C1? That is R equal to 1. Then here if you substitute 4 is there, and here 4 minus 1, that is 3. So this two coefficient must be same. So look at here 4C3, this 4C3. So here if you observe 4C1 is 4, this one, and also 4C3 is 4. Also you can see this that we have calculated it as 4. So only half values we have to consider. The rest of values are same, because always we have this formula NCR minus NC n minus 1. Now as I told you that quickly we can obtain this binomial coefficient. So for this we use the Pascal triangle. So what is this Pascal triangle here? Pascal triangle here is used for so many reasons, but here we are using it only to obtain the binomial coefficients. Some people use it for the squares of means powers of 11 square, then 11 cube and 11 raised to 4 and so on. Here we are using it for the binomial coefficients. Now here just I will show you how to construct this table. So here first term is always 1. Then second term is second row, not term, second row is 1 and 1. So you have to write it in such a manner that this first one is at the middle of this two ones in the second row, but it should be in the above line, right? Then here it will form a shape of the triangle. So as here you can see here, this one I have and this one's in this side. So it is forming as a triangle. So it starts always, every row starts from 1 and ends at 1. And how to obtain this middle value? Here you can see some numbers here. So how to obtain these values? So here first value is 1. Then first row is 1. Then second row contains 2 terms, which is only 1 and 1. Now when I start this third row, then the third row equal to, means first element is 1 and this second element is addition of this numbers, and then you have to write it in the middle of that number always. Look at here, 1 plus 1 is 2. Then now it is finished. So last term will be ended to 1 only, by 1 only. So starting at 1 and end by 1. Now let us see this third term, n equals to 3. So first element will be 1. Now next is 3. So how we obtained it? Consider this 1, consider this 2. So what is 1 plus 2? That is 3. Then now again this 3, then it is 2, this 2 and this 1, it is 3. So addition of 2 plus 1 is 3 and last number is 1. Now again next table here. So for n equals to 4 now. So here starting at 1 and now this 4 here, how it is obtained? This 1 plus this 3 is 4. Then this, then this 6, second number here, how we obtain it? This 3 plus this 3, 3 plus 3. Then here next 3 plus 1, that is 4, and now it is finished. So next last number will be 1. So in this way you go obtaining this table, you can obtain immediately up to 10, n equals to 10. But here generally we need it up to n equals to 8, but according to the given power whichever we need in the example. Okay, so here I have obtained this Pascal triangle up to n equals to 10. Now how to read this table? So to read this table means here now we are directly picking up the binomial coefficients in our expansion. We are not going to calculate this NCR, and also we are not writing this 4C0, 4C1, 4C2 in this example, because this is not any mathematics proper example, just we are using it as a formula here. So not necessary that how you are obtaining these values of binomial coefficients, whether you are calculating it directly or you are picking it from somewhere, but it should be correct. So this is the best way to obtain this expansion. Now look at here, how to pick up this value. Here if you observe the binomial expansion, now this expansion we have done using the formula, binomial formula properly, that is 4C0 e raised to 4 plus 4C1 e cube minus 1 and so on. Okay, here we have written the expansion, you can see it on your screen that this is the expansion of delta raised to 4 we have written using the formula, this expansion. Okay, this expansion. Now if I want to write it directly, what I will do here, I will write all the powers of e as in decreasing manner. Look at here, maximum power e raised to 4 e cube, then e square, then e, and then as there are powers of minus 1, we will give alternate positive negative sign. Okay, and then just plot these binomial coefficients as, now look at here, 1, 4, 6. I am reading this binomial coefficient. Now this is a row, sorry, this is a row for n equals to 4 binomial coefficients. And what are the binomial coefficients? 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Look at here, 1, here 1, that which we don't write always, then here 4, here there is 4, then here 6, and then here is 4. So in this way we can immediately write the power of delta or e minus 1 whole bracket. So either it is 5 or 6 or 7, as we have all these coefficients, and we can write down, we can also obtain the next row immediately. We can pick up the coefficients from this, and we can immediately write down the coefficients. So here one example of this delta raised to 6, but better I want to show it that how we obtain the power. So look at here, delta raised to 5 that I want to obtain here as the powers of e minus 1 raised to 5, you can see here on the screen. Now n equals to 5 here, so from this Pascal triangle I have picked up my coefficients for n equals to 5. So what are the coefficients for n equals to 5? 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay, so here, okay, let it be now as in this coefficient. Now here what I'll do, I will first write powers of e in decreasing manner. So maximum power of e will be 5. Okay, so e raised to 5, e raised to 4. I will do it after all superscript, then e cube, e cube, then e square, then e raised to 1 we don't write, e raised to 1 we don't write, and the last term is 1. Last term is 1. So how many terms here? I will okay, let me do as an superscript. Superscripts means power here. Okay, okay, so here now what I have done, maximum power is 5 here, this one, and therefore here e raised to 5, then decreasing by 1, here e raised to 4, e cube, e square, e, and last term is 1. Always the last term is 1. Now in the next step, what I will do, now as I'm giving you it as a step by step. I am doing it stepwise. Otherwise, you can do it in this step only. In this step only directly. So okay. So now this I have written. Now what I'll do? I will give alternate positive negative sign. So plus sign for the first one, then minus sign for the second, then plus sign for alternate positive negative sign we are giving. Then here it is plus, plus, and then here minus. Okay, now sign convention, this is done now. Okay, now what I'll do, I will just pick up this coefficients and substitute it here. So now again I will do it in the next step. So in the next step, okay, so coefficient is 1, so we don't write, and also this plus sign for the first term we don't write. So first term is e raised to 5, then next coefficient is 5, so here I will write 5. The next coefficient is 10, so here I will write 10. Then next coefficient is 10, I am writing 10. The next coefficient is 5, so I am writing 5. So here is the expansion of delta raised to 5. Immediately you can write down it, and immediately you can write it as here, which is applied on fx. So though we have any power of this delta 5, 6, 7, as we know the binomial coefficients, and if you know the steps properly, you can immediately write down the expansion of this. In the one step only you can write down. Here I have explained in 3 steps. So in the first step we are writing the powers of e in the decreasing way. In the second step, we are writing down the signs, alternate positive, negative sign. And in the last step, we are substituting the binomial coefficients, which we have taken it from the Pascal triangle, right? So in this way, immediately we can obtain this powers of delta. So in the next lecture, we will see more generalization of this binomial expansion, that immediately how we can write down the expansion of the bracket, and we will solve some examples on this shift operator or the relation between delta and e. So thank you.